For question 1 of the lab, we demonstrate the boundary on the window so that when the ellipses approach the edge, they don't go outside of the window. The potentiometers represent each x and y axes so that the increase in resistance from each potentiometer corresponds to the value on the x and y axis, demonstrated here by this pseudo etch-a-sketch. For the color wheel, the colors of the ellipses in the processing code are denoted as functions of the resistances given by each potentiometer. For example, if the potentiometer is all the way at its max at 1024, then the function will make the color for each of the RGB colors of the ellipse 255. Similar, it'll go to 0 for each color at 0. For blue, it'll take blue to 255 and all the rest to 0. And then for yellow, it'll take blue and green to 255 and the red to 0. The oscilloscope shown here in processing takes time on the x-axis and the value of the resistance of the potentiometer in the y-axis. For timing one sample every 50 milliseconds, there's an if statement for the time variable. If the time is below the 50-second sample times the width of the window, then it'll sample it and plot it on the window. However, if the time variable goes over the window dimension, then it will reset to 0 and go back to the left side of the screen. We used 4 push buttons to make the Nintendo gamepad. The buttons go up, down, left, and right. And you can move the circle across the screen using these buttons. I left the border on the circle's end so that you can see where the circle is and track it across the screen. This circle would go around the window, and if it ran into any edges, it would stay in bounds. As you can see, once all the shapes are erased, and if there were no borders, the image would be completely white, only saying Spring 21. Here we have what the final image would look like without the borders. Finally, we have a demonstration on what the eraser would look like without any borders. Here I also demonstrate the diagonal function working, where you press up and down in combination with left or right at the same time.